Hi Erin, welcome to your first flute lesson.
Hi.
So we're going to go ahead and open up our flute cases and check out our flutes. So this is your shiny brand new flute, and we're just going to go over the parts of the flute. So this is the head joint, and this is all that we're going to be playing on today. But as you can see, this is where you play the flute, and this is the top of the flute, the head joint. This right here is called the body of the flute, and it has the most keys, and you never want to grab it like this or anything. You just want to make sure you're always grabbing where there aren't any keys or rods. So this is called the body. And then this is called the foot joint. So, it doesn't have as many keys and it's pretty small. But so we have head, body, foot joint. So today, all we're going to be playing on is the head joint, but first we're going to do a little exercise. Okay, have you ever had some big, juicy watermelon, like in the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like watermelon?
I do.
Okay, have you ever had a seed spinning contest to see who could get your seeds the furthest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you can imagine, we're going to have a seed spinning contest, okay? So you're going to aim and you're going to try and hit my nose right here. So just practice your spitting it. We don't want to like stick our tongues out or anything, but kind of like if you can just imagine that you have it right there and you're just trying to get as far as you can. So try that. You gotta use a lot of air. You can put your hands right here and you feel your stomach move. Go. Yeah, do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of air that we're going to be using. So it's a lot more air than you would think, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think it would be, slow and things like that, but it's a lot of forceful air. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna go ahead and just grab our head joint. We're just gonna talk about it for a minute. So yeah, perfect. The way you're holding it is exactly right. We're not gonna grab it or anything like that. It's just very gentle hold, we just want to make sure that whenever we're playing the flute, you always want to stand up, or if you are sitting down to practice, you want to make sure that you're straight up and you're not hunching over to lean into the flute or something. You always want to make sure you're bringing it up to you and not coming down to it. So we're just gonna talk about our embouchure, which is how our lips are going to be. And how we're gonna make sound on the flute. So like I said, our air, we're kind of directing it out straight. So you were trying to hit my nose. You weren't, trying to hit my belly button or anything. Because the idea is that our air is going to go, that you can make it straight. Like, how about you hold your hand out in front of you and then try blowing some air again. Do you feel that on your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Not down here, but up on your fingers. Try again. That's right. So whenever we bring the flute up to our lips, we're not going to direct the air into the hole. Actually, half of the air is going to hit this back side over here and go in, and half of it is going to go straight across. And that's how we get our tone. So I'm going to demonstrate for you and kind of show you what I want you to do. So, we want to make sure that the hole is centered under your lip, and that it's facing straight up and not rolled in all the way or rolled out. But you kind of have to play with it and find your sweet spot, but we're not going to say like poo and not have a puckered lips. It's more like and you let your lips just relax. So you'll, kind of have a flat bottom lip and you go. And I was literally just saying. So why don't we try that? Why don't we play around with that? So see if you can place it on there. Yeah, give it a shot. Yeah, roll in a little bit. Yeah. Try it, flatten out your lip a little bit more, and your corners of your mouth are kind of going. You want your corners to stay very relaxed, almost if they're going back or even down a little. So yeah, try again. Yeah, I kind of heard it at the beginning. Try just more air. Yeah, a little bit. Let's bring it down some so you're not completely on your lip. That was better, yeah. Try again. Good. Try and hit my hand. That's good, that's good. How about roll in just a little bit? We want to make sure that just a little bit of the hole is covered with our lips. Otherwise, all the air is going to go straight across the hole instead of halfway in. So roll in just a little bit like that. Try that. Better, yeah. So do you see how we're saying, you can kind of feel that? So see if you can sustain it. Yeah. Let's center it just a little bit more and then a little bit down. Yeah, there you go. Good. Just use a lot of air. So we're just going to try. I'll do one and then you do one, okay? So. Good. Roll in just a little bit. You got to remind yourself. Good. That's the best I've heard. Yeah, try again. Good, good. Okay, so something else we can do is, we have this open end down here. You can close it and it makes a lower pitch. So why don't you try that? Play around with that. Yeah, which one seems easier?
The lower one?
Yeah, it always does. I think it's just because it's slower air, it feels that way. It doesn't feel like we're having to use as much air. So the lower it tends to be easier. Try again. Perfect. It sounds like when you're blowing across the top of a bottle, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're just gonna see if you can go back and forth from the bottom note to the top note, because sometimes it is hard, at least for me it was hard to be able to do that back and forth. Usually my bottom note would come out fine and then the top note is a little bit more difficult. So why don't we get in your place and see? Good, okay, so just repeat after me. Roll in just a little. There. Yeah, good. I think, there we go. You rolled in just a little bit too much, covering a little bit too much of the hole. Good. Let's see. Good. So you kind of feel like you have the hang of it a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Does it feel kind of good? You can take it. You can relax. So you kind of feel like you have the hand of, the hang of that at least. And you're starting to get a good tone, especially on the higher one. And I think your air is directing. I can feel it over here. So another